Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Mahabharata character series topic. We are discussing about Karna, so very happy to be with all of you. So we'll take a quick review of whatever we discussed last time. So we were discussing the very fascinating character of Karna, and we saw that there are various qualities which one expects in his friend, and one of the very fascinating and very important qualities is the quality of sacrifice. And we saw that Karna, he was the person, he was ready to make sacrifices for his friend Duryodhana. Kunti came, Krishna came, and he told that you come on the side of Pandavas and you will become the king. Karna rejected that. Karna was the greatest of the charity givers, Dan Veer Karna. He was the greatest of the fighters, Atirathi warrior, could fight with 60,000 soldiers. Such a wonderful, powerful, charismatic personality. And of course, Karna is portrayed as a self made man, the person who did not depend on anyone, not even God. He was the one who became whatever he was on his own. But still, he was not treated properly. He was not allowed in the Draupadi Swayamvar. He was not allowed and to get education from Drona. And ultimately, he was killed in an unjust way. That's what we hear many times about Karna. And we saw that there's a general mentality when a weaker person or a smaller person is going through some difficulties, just like we took the example of a accident happening between a bicycle person and a car driver. Our natural sympathy goes towards the bicycle driver. We also discussed that Karna, he did not suffer much in his life. Only few incidences we know, but we never discuss about the Pandavas who suffered a lot. Their father died, Pandu died before even they were born, and or immediately after their birth, and then their co-brothers, they were trying to kill them by all the means. They were trying to burn all the Pandavas, Duryodhan and all the allies. They were trying to burn the Pandavas in a Lakshagraha. Draupadi was about to be disrobed. Arjuna, he was cursed by Urvashi for being a very moral person. Abhimanyu was killed in an unfair way, and the last heir of Pandavas, Parikshit, he was about to be burnt by the Brahmastra thrown by Ashwatthama. So, therefore, we discuss that we hear so many things about the various characters, but we should hear from a authorized person. And we saw the very important uh, uh, we saw the importance of parampara, how we have to get knowledge from a person who is in right bona fide disciplic succession. That's how we can make a difference between, we can differentiate a fact and a fake personality. And therefore, after that, we discussed how Karna, he was so hungry for recognition that when he entered that grand competition, ultimately he displayed all the feats which were done by Arjuna, but he could not, excel Arjuna. He challenged Arjuna in a duel match. But when he was asked about his, identity, he felt very bad because he was a Sutputra. When Duryodhana gave him the kingdom of Anga, he became so very obliged. He started associating with Duryodhan, Dusashan, Shakuni, and others. As a result, whatever little noble personality he had, that was gone. And he was the one who gave the idea of disrobing Draupadi. And we also saw that Kunti, she, under what circumstances she gave birth to Karna. And then we were discussing that Karna, he was rejected by Drona. Drona was a very sober minded personality. He was very equal in giving knowledge to everyone. Then why he did not give knowledge to Karna? Just by seeing Karna, he could understand that this person is a Kshatriya. Then why he did not give the knowledge? So today we'll be discussing that. So after this Karna was rejected by Drona, he went to Parshuram to get knowledge from him, to learn military science. Parshuram, he had taken a vow that he would teach only those people who are Brahmanas. Karna, he lied. He lied to Parshuram. He said, I am a Brahmana. And therefore, Parshuram, he put faith in Karna and he taught all the knowledge. One day, Parshuram was taking rest, putting his head in the lap of Karna. One fly, or some people say scorpion, came and started biting Karna on his lap. He was bleeding profusely. But Karna he tolerated because his guru Parshuram was taking rest. He did not want to disturb Parshuram. So Parshuram he could sense the warm blood coming out. He got up, he found Karna in pool of blood. He immediately said, "You are not a Brahmana. Brahmana can never tolerate physical pain." Interestingly, he said Brahmanas they can tolerate mental pain, they can tolerate insult, they can tolerate injustice. They will never tolerate physical pain. Just the fact that you are tolerating such intense physical pain, you cannot be a Brahmana. And you are a Kshatriya. I curse you. Karna was cursed by Parshuram. He said, whatever knowledge I have given you, it will not come to your help at the time of greatest need. Dronacharya, he could detect this deceitful nature of Karna. He lied Parshuram that I am a Brahmana. That's why Dronacharya did not give the knowledge. So therefore, we have to understand that these personalities, they are not ordinary personalities. Dronacharya, he was a very powerful Brahmana. He could see the mentality of Karna. And the same thing was with Ekalavya, He could see the mentality of Ekalavya. That's why he did not give knowledge to Ekalavya. And therefore he was cursed. Then, another incident which is always talked about is Karna not allowed in the Draupadi Swayamvar. Why? Why Draupadi did not allow Karna to take part in Swayamvar? So basically, first of all, what Swayamvar means? Swayamvar means the girl has the right to choose the person she is going to marry. And therefore, to choose husband, girl, there are some targets, there are some qualifications, and there are some expectations of the girl. Draupadi, she was a Kshatriya princess and she had some expectations. She wanted to marry a Kshatriya king. So therefore, naturally, when Karna he came forward, she rejected Karna. That was a preference of Draupadi. Who can blame Draupadi because every girl has some expectations? And actually, Karna knew that people they call him Sutputra. They will not allow him to take part in Swayamvar, but still he went. Still he went because he wanted to prove himself. The hunger for recognition was so very strong in Karna that he went. On the contrary, just see how Arjuna dealt with the situation. When Arjuna, he was also there, all the Arjuna and Bhima, they were there. When none of the Kshatriyas, they could uh, accomplish that feat of shooting the eye of a fish, seeing the reflection in the water, Arjuna came forward. He told Drishtadyumna, the brother of Draupadi, he said, see, I am a Brahmana and this Swayamvar is meant for Kshatriyas. But because none of the Kshatriyas are able to do this, if you say, I can also try, because Pandavas, they were living as Brahmanas that time. They were disguised as Brahmanas. So Drishtadyumna, he consulted with Drupada, and then they came to the conclusion that because none of the Kshatriyas they could accomplish this feat, and a Brahmana is higher than a Kshatriya. So therefore, you can please try. You can see the difference between the Arjuna's attitude and Karna's attitude. Arjuna, he humbly asked, but Karna, he demanded, I want to take part. Therefore, we have to understand that the mentality of Karna was not proper. Actually, there are some versions of Mahabharata where it is said that actually Mahabharat Tatparya Nirnay, you know, Mahabharat Tatparya Nirnay. I think somebody is saying I cannot hear. Is it the issue with everyone or only one person? So, so Mahabharat Tatparya Nirnay describes that actually Karna, he actually took part and he lost by an hair's breadth. He could not touch the target. Okay, thank you. So therefore, we have to understand that first of all, Karna was not competent enough and he did not have the proper attitude also. That is the important thing to understand. Then another thing we have to understand is when Krishna he went as a Shanti Dut, he told Karna that Karna, after the whole proposal was done, Duryodhan did not like the proposal, and Krishna had to show his. On the contrary, he tried to arrest Krishna. Krishna, just by showing his Virat Rupa, everybody was completely amazed and surprised. They surrendered to Krishna, asked forgiveness. After this whole thing was done, Krishna he took Karna on his chariot and he told him, he gave him a proposal that, "O Karna, if you come to the side of Pandavas, you will become the king. Yudhishthir will be so very happy to make you the king of Hastinapur. Please change your sides." Krishna told him to change the sides. He said, "Why do you want to fight? You know Duryodhan is going to die. You know Duryodhan is on the side of Adharma. Why do you want to be on the side of Adharma? You change the sides." You know the character of Duryodhana. Now just see what Karna is saying. Karna, he says, "Oh Krishna, I know you are God. I know Duryodhan is on the side of Adharma. I know Pandavas are right. Every night," Karna is saying, "every night I see dreams. In the dreams, I see Yudhishthir dressed in a very elegant white cloth, riding a chariot made of and driven by white horses. He's having a very shining golden crown on his head. I see Duryodhan dressed in black. His face is covered with black ointment. His chariot is driven by black mules. His whole body is covered with oils. The flies, the hawks, jackals, they are howling. The hawks are flying over his head. I can understand by all this that Duryodhan is going to die." See, he knew, Karna could understand that Duryodhan is on the side of Adharma, he is going to die. But still, he said, "Oh Krishna, but still I can't change." Karna knew Krishna is God. Karna knew Duryodhana is on the side of Adharma, but still, just because of some sentimental friendship with Duryodhan, he was ready to be on the side of Adharma. That is a very, very important thing to note. Lord kept giving chances to Karna. Please come on the side of Dharma. Don't be on the side of Duryodhana. They are irreligious people, sinful people. But still, just because of some sentimental friendship, Karna continued to fight on the side of Duryodhana. Just imagine if you made friends with, some underworld person, he helped you, and later you realize that this person is the biggest criminal of the society. He's the greatest sinful person. Is it sane to continue to maintain friendship with that person? That was Karna. Karna, he was thinking, oh no, because Duryodhan helped me when I was in dire need, I cannot leave my friend. That is not, friendship. That is insanity. You know, Karna should have told Duryodhana, please change your side. Please change yourself. You will suffer, you will die. But he did not tell Duryodhana and he himself did not change. All these things are not highlighted about Karna, you know. So therefore we have to understand the characters of Mahabharata from the great teachers who are teaching, who are telling the mentality. What is the mentality of this person? This is not selfishness. Somebody will say, oh, this is selfishness. How can Karna do this? This is selfishness. No, this is not selfishness. This is sanity. You know, saving oneself is the greatest, good thing one can do. If the person is going to hell, if your friend is going to hell and you say नहीं मैं भी अपने friend के साथ hell में ही जाऊंगा, no, that is not the sanity. That is insanity. Therefore even Kunti came. Kunti also said the same thing, that please come to the side of Pandavas. But still, you know what Karna said? Karna, he said, oh Kunti Devi, I know that you are my mother. I know Pandavas are my brothers, but I cannot change sides. He said, I can give you one promise. You have 5 sons, you will continue to have 5 sons. I give you a promise, I'll not kill Duryodhana, I'll not kill Yudhishthir, I'll not kill Bhima, I'll not kill Nakul, I will not kill Sahadeva. But I have taken a vow to kill Arjuna. Why he was so much against Arjuna? Because Arjuna was the one who killed him in the last life. We'll discuss the story of the last life of Karna. you know uh, uh, when Pandavas were in Vanavas, Duryodhan and party, they camped near the place where Pandavas were staying. And this is a big story we'll discuss in some time. Ultimately, Duryodhan was rescued by Arjuna and Bhima. He felt so very ashamed. He thought, what is the use of living now? He was thinking to commit suicide. All the demons in the lower planetary systems, they became disturbed because Duryodhan was their agent in this world to spread hypocrisy, quarrel, the symptoms of Kali Yuga. They brought the subtle body of Duryodhana in the lower planets and they told Duryodhan, you don't worry, we all are with you. And in fact we have sent our agent to help you. And you know who is that? That is Karna. Karna is the greatest demon from the past life. He is ready to help you. You don't worry about that. And that's why Karna was so very against Arjuna. Some say that on the 17th day of fight, Karna's wheel was stuck in the ground. He was just helplessly trying to take the wheel out of the ground. And in that position, Krishna, he told Arjuna, oh Arjun, kill him. You know why Krishna did that? Because Karna was more powerful than Arjuna. He could not have defeated Arjuna single handedly. He was just of meeting before after this grand competition was happening. Karna came and he was trying to excel the feats of Arjuna. He could not do it. He showed all the feats which were done by Arjuna, but he could not excel them. Karna proved himself equal to Arjuna, not better. This is the first thing. So now, after this grand competition was over, Dronacharya, he was the teacher of Kauravas and the Pandavas both. So there is a Guru Dakshina which has to be given, right? So as a matter of gratitude, in the olden days, teachers, they would not charge money. Whatever disciple gives out of his own gratitude, the teachers, brahmanas, they would accept it. And sometimes teachers would ask something. Dronacharya, we had discussed, because he had a grudge against Drupada. We discussed the story last time. He told Pandavas and the Kauravas, you go, defeat and arrest Drupada. Bring him in front of me. Kauravas, they immediately they ran. They said, we will fulfill the desire of our Guru first. And because by then, Karna, he had become friends with uh, all the Kauravas. He was also there. They attacked the city of Drupada, Panchal. All the Kaurava army, along with Karna, was thoroughly defeated by Drupada. They came running back for their lives. Now, Pandavas went, headed by Arjuna. Arjuna, without any much effort, very easily, he defeated Drupada, captured him, arrested him, and brought him in front of Dronacharya. Just see, Drupada defeated Karna, Arjuna defeated Drupada. Arjuna proved himself to be superior than Karna. Now, after this Draupadi Swayamvar was over, Arjuna was married to Draupadi. All the Kauravas and all the other kings, Jarasandh, Dronacharya, this Duryodhana, Ashwatthama, everybody, all the demoniac kings, they started shouting against Drupada. They said, this person has just brought us to insult us. We should attack him and we should kill him. Everybody attacked Drupada, including Karna. Arjuna, because now he was connected to Drupada, Arjuna single-handedly defeated everyone, including Karna. Karna defeated all, you know. That is the second incidence where Karna was defeated by Arjuna. Third incidence. Now, Pandavas, they were staying in Vanvas. Duryodhana was not happy with this. Still, such an envious personality. He was thinking, we'll go and we'll enjoy the misery of Pandavas. Duryodhana, this Dushashana, Karna, Shakuni, everybody along with their wives, they went and they camped near the ashrama of Pandavas. And everybody was insulting, even the wives, even the royal ladies, they were insulting Draupadi. Pandavas did not do anything. One day, Duryodhana, he decided, we'll go and we'll just sport in the water body nearby. There was a lake nearby, so they planned to go and enjoy there. When they reached there, they found a Gandharva named Chitraratha. Chitraratha, he was there along with his company, entourage. Duryodhana, very arrogantly, he said, this water body belongs to me. Leave this place immediately. Chitraratha, he became so very angry. He said, you cannot say this to me. I challenge you for a fight. And Karna, Duryodhana, Dushashana, Shakuni, everybody was there. started fighting with the army of Chitraratha. Chitraratha attacked them so fiercely. Karna, he could not bear the brunt. He ran away from the battlefield. Chitraratha, he arrested Duryodhan. He arrested all the royal ladies. The royal ladies, they sent one of the persons to go and ask for help from Pandavas. So one of the persons, one of the soldiers, he went and told Yudhishthir Maharaj, "Oh Yudhishthir Maharaj, you are the great king, you are on the side of religion always, please help Duryodhan." This Gandharva, he has captured all the ladies, royal ladies also, he has captured Duryodhan also. Bhima, when he heard this, he became so very happy. He said, "Oh wow, destiny has fulfilled our desire." Yudhishthir said, "Bhima, please don't say like this. For outsiders, we are, between us, we are 5 Pandavas and 100 Kauravas. For outsiders, we are 105 Kauravas. Please go and help Duryodhan." So nobody could say in front of anything in front of Yudhishthir. Bhima, Arjuna, they went, they challenged Chitraratha. Arjuna very easily defeated Chitraratha. Chitraratha came and met Arjun. He said, "O great warrior, O Arjuna, actually Indra sent me to this place." Because Indra, he was so very sad looking at these sinful people because they were criticizing and insulting all of you Pandavas. He sent me to teach a nice lesson to Duryodhana. So therefore he deserves this punishment. But because you are requesting, I'll free him. That's why Duryodhana and all the allies, they were freed. After Duryodhana was freed, then Karna comes back and he says, "Oh, it is so nice to see you free. It is the mercy of Chitraratha. Because of him, you are now alive also." Just see, the third time. Karna was defeated by Chitraratha. Chitraratha was defeated by Arjuna. Fourth incidence. After this Agyatvas, 13 years of Vanvas was over, and 12 years of Vanvas and 1 year of Agyatvas. In Agyatvas, the Pandavas, they were staying in disguise at the palace of Virata. Arjuna, because he was cursed, we discussed last time, he was cursed by Urvashi, so he became a eunuch called Brihannalla. His name was Brihannalla. And similarly, all the Pandavas, they were staying in disguise. Arjuna was Kank, he was, Yudhishthir Maharaj, he was Kank, the minister of Virata king. Draupadi, she was Sairindri, she was taking care of the wife of Virata. That's how they were staying whole year. Draupadi, although she was serving the queen, she herself was so very beautiful. The brother of queen, Kichaka, he was a very lusty person. He got attracted to Draupadi. He told, "You come, I want to enjoy with you." Draupadi, she told this to Bhima. Bhima, he became so angry. And long story to cut it short, ultimately Bhima, he plummeted Kichaka. He made him into a ball of flesh. You know, he cut off his head, his hands were pushed into his body, legs were cut off. When this news went to Kauravas, they could understand Kichaka can be killed only by Shalya, Bhima, and one more personality, I think I'm forgetting. These two people. So they were thinking Shalya has not killed him, and the other personality, I think Jarasan, he has not killed. So for sure, Bhima has killed this Kichak. All the Kaurava warriors, They arranged for 23 Akshohini divisions. In Mahabharata, were only 18 Akshohini divisions were there. 23 Akshohini divisions attacked the kingdom of Virat. The son of Virat king, Uttama, he went and he told, "Oh, father, you don't worry. I will handle all these Kauravas. You don't worry about that." So Kanka, he said, "O king, please allow Brihannalla to drive the chariot." So, by that time, Virat, the king, he had developed a faith on Kanka because he was giving such a nice advice. So he said, "Okay, if you say, let it be." Uttar Kumar, when he went and saw the warriors who were standing, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Kripacharya, Duryodhana, Ashwathama, Shakuni, Shalya, he started perspiring. He went down from the chariot and started running. He said, "I cannot fight with these warriors." And Brihannalla, he told, "You don't worry. You drive my chariot and I will fight." Uttar Kumar says, "This is not the time to joke. You know, why are you joking? How can you fight?" So, Brihannala was Arjuna. He took Uttar Kumar to a place where he had hid all his weapons on a banyan tree. He took all the weapons, his Gandiva, his quiver, and he fought so valiantly, single handedly, using his Sammohan Astra. He defeated all the Kauravas, including Karna. Fourth time, Karna was defeated by Arjuna. So, therefore, Arjuna was far, far superior to Karna in strength. So, therefore, when Krishna he told Arjuna that you kill when Karna, when he was on the ground, Arjuna he was actually confused. You know, he was confused that why I can kill him anyways. So when Karna he was on the ground trying to take out the wheel, he told Arjuna, "Oh Arjuna, don't be coward, don't be immoral. Just wait till the time I remove this chariot from ground. Excuse me for a moment. Please follow the principles of virtue. Remember that virtue and hold your attack." Who is speaking about virtue? Karna, who cheated Parshuram, who killed a calf. Krishna, he told Karna, "Karna, it is fortunate enough that you are remembering virtue now. But where was your virtue when you sided with the Pandavas in burning them, sided with Kauravas in burning Pandavas? Where was your virtue when you gave the idea of disrobing Draupadi? Where was your virtue when you called her a prostitute? Where was your virtue when all of six of the powerful warriors in an unjust way killed a small child Abhimanyu?" Karna, after hearing all this, he could not say anything. He put his head down. He continued to remove the wheel which was stuck. At that time, Krishna he told, "O Karna, today Arjuna will kill you, and morality and virtuous Pandavas, morality will prevail, and virtuous Pandavas will win this war." Arjuna was still not convinced. Krishna, he told Arjuna, "Oh Arjuna, why are you hesitating? Just remember your son Abhimanyu, how he was mercilessly killed by the Kaurava warriors." Arjuna, when he remembered his child Abhimanyu, he became so very angry, that how unjustly he was killed. Arjuna shot the arrow, beheaded Karna. Some people say, when Karna died, there was a shower of flowers. No, Mahabharata does not mention that. Why will demigods, why will devtas shower flowers on somebody who is such a, you know, immoral person? who is actually a demon from his past life. Was Karna dealt with fairly? If a criminal is, running at a speed of 100 miles per hour, and the speed limit is only 80 miles, so if police has to catch the criminal, the police has to run faster. The people cannot say, oh, this police is breaking the laws. That's what Mahabharata teaches us. Mahabharata teaches us the ethical responsibilities. There is always an ethical dilemma which we will be facing in our life. To choose between two good things. To choose between good and bad, anybody can do it. Of course, that is also not so easy. But to choose between two good things requires lots of moral values, requires spiritual understanding, scriptural knowledge. Therefore, when Krishna he told Arjuna, kill Karna, it was a highest moral principle. Actually, and because by killing Karna, Krishna is so very merciful that he gave him mukti. Anybody who was killed on the battlefield looking at the beautiful face of Krishna, they were delivered. तथैव चान्ये नरलोकवीरा यदा हवे कृष्णमुखारविन्दम् नेत्रे पिबन्त्यो नयनाभिरामं पार्थास्तपूता पद्मापुरस्य. So Bhagavatam describes anybody who was killed by the arrows of Arjuna looking at the beautiful face of Krishna, they got liberation, impersonal liberation, not a personal liberation. They merged in Brahman. So therefore, when it comes to moral principles, before the war began, the Pandavas, they had told, we will not be the first one to break the codes of war. Pandavas, they stuck to their words till the time Kauravas started breaking the rules. Kauravas were the first one to break the rules. On the 13th day, when Abhimanyu, he was so valiantly, strongly, fiercely, he was fighting, he was smashing the army of Kauravas, and nobody could withstand the power of Abhimanyu. Everybody decided now we have to kill him in an unfair way. Many of the Kaurava warriors, they came simultaneously from all the directions. They made a chakravyuha. And other Pandavas, they wanted to come and help Abhimanyu, but Jayadratha, he stopped the Pandavas. He did not allow the Pandavas to go and help Abhimanyu. So many of the warriors, Drona, Dushashana, Ashwathama, Karna was there, Shakuni, Duryodhan himself, Kritavarma, Vishwaksena, Vrishasena, so many of the warriors simultaneously came and attacked a 16 years old boy. But still, Abhimanyu was such a powerful warrior. He was very, very able in defeating all these warriors. But because there were so many and he was fighting alone, slowly he started getting tired. Karna, he destroyed his bow. Abhimanyu started fighting with club and the mace and the sword. Ultimately, that was also destroyed. Abhimanyu took the wheel of a chariot. In a fatally injured condition, he continued fighting in that way. Ultimately, he was killed by the son of Dushashan. That was how the first time the moral codes were broken. Then, next day, because Arjuna, when he came to know, he started really lamenting for the death of his son. Next day, and that day evening, he took a vow. Arjuna took a vow. Jayadratha was the one who did not allow all the Pandava warriors to go and help Abhimanyu. If tomorrow, By the evening, I don't kill Jayadratha, I will enter fire. 14th day, Arjuna was like a time personified, killing everybody. He was really in great anger. Kauravas, they had put their entire army to protect Jayadratha. They were not even allowing Arjuna to come near Jayadratha. They had put Jayadratha at the other end. The time was passing. By the noon, Arjuna, he just managed to reach by the middle. Very strongly, he was destroying all the warriors. Krishna, he told Arjuna, "Oh Arjuna, your horses are getting tired. They need water. Please do something." In the middle of the battlefield, Arjuna, he shot an arrow on the ground. He created a water body. Krishna was on the ground. Arjuna was on the ground. All the Kaurava warriors, they continued to attack Arjuna. Nobody followed the codes of war. Arjuna simultaneously, he was protecting his horses and he was retaliating the attack of the Kauravas. Then seventh, because 17th day again this happened. So after Bhishma fell, actually the codes of war were not followed properly. On the 10th day, Bhishma fell down. After Drona became the commander in chief, he could not maintain the codes of war properly. On the 17th day, Karna was the commander in chief. He took a mystic weapon and he was about to shoot Shalya. He told, "Oh Karna, please aim this arrow on the chest of Arjuna." But Karna, he wanted a classic victory. He shot the arrow at the head, at the neck of Arjuna. He wanted to cut the head of Arjuna from the body. In this weapon, there was one snake who wanted to take revenge from Arjuna. He entered that. And Karna, he shot that arrow. Generally, in the battle, Arjuna, he would retaliate with the arrows in two ways. Either he would shoot another arrow and counteract the arrow which was coming, or he would allow the arrow to come and hit his armor, because he knew that, oh, this is not a big thing, my armor can handle this. This arrow was very, very powerful because a snake had also entered this arrow. Arjuna could not understand. He did not retaliate. He did not counteract this arrow. Krishna, being the Supreme Lord, being the Antaryami, all knowing personality, he could understand this. He banged his foot on the chariot. The horses sat down. The chariot went in the ground, chariot wheel. And the arrow, instead of cutting the head of Arjuna, you know, it came and hit the crown, and Arjuna was saved. Now, Krishna had to come down. Krishna was there, taking the chariot wheel out of the ground. Arjuna was on the ground. None of the Kaurava warriors stopped fighting. They kept attacking Arjuna. And Arjuna, he continued to fight back. So therefore, and Karna was himself attacking Arjuna. So just see, just few minutes back, he himself was attacking Arjuna. Now Arjuna, he was attacking Karna. Now Hare Krishna. Sorry, there is some network problem. I'll just start the slideshow again. Yeah. So there's a principle of Shato Shatyam. Shato Shatyam means if the opponent is cunning, you cannot behave in a simple, innocent way. You'll be defeated, even if you are on the side of religion. So therefore, all the Kauravas, Karna, they were so very cunning. So Pandavas, they had to deal with them in a cunning way. And therefore, it is not that Pandavas, they were, eager for war. Actually, they tried so strenuously to stop fight, to petition peace. Krishna himself went as Shantidut. Such a big personality is going for peace petition. That itself shows how Pandavas were serious about peace. Duryodhan not only said no, he tried to arrest Krishna because he thought if Krishna is captured, then all the Pandavas will be under control. You know, so therefore, Pandavas they tried their best to stop this war. They were so very virtuous. Why we are discussing all this? Because people they have such conceptions about Karna, and that's what becomes their, you know, character. There's something called avalanche effect. Avalanche means a small piece of snow falls down from the cliff and gathers more and more snow. It becomes a huge ball which can destroy even cities. There is a avalanche in the concepts also. Just like the plane, you take a plane, if it deviates from its actual course by even a few degrees, it can land up in a completely different destination. If one deviates from the actual codes of religion, if one deviates from the scriptural principles, it can completely create havoc in the society. People, they have become atheists because of such concepts, such misled concepts, And everybody knows this personality, Hitler. He was the one responsible for the Holocaust of the Jews. He took something from the scriptures and he distorted it. He said, we are the Aryans. We are the one who are supposed to rule the world. Nobody else should come in front of us. How did it begin? It began just with words. Hitler started speaking so many things and people started believing it. Another person was Darwin. Darwin, he was actually a priest. He believed in God. But because his son died at a very young age, he started thinking, I think there is no God. And then he created a whole philosophy just to prove to the world that God does not exist. That is the avalanche. And now we are reading everywhere about Darwin's theory, how there is no God, everything came from matter, we came from monkeys. That is a negative avalanche. There is a positive avalanche also. Srila Prabhupada, at the age of 70, just to just with a desire to fulfill the order of his spiritual master, went alone with only 40 rupees in his hand on a cargo ship, underwent two heart attacks, reached America. He did not know anybody, tried his best to help people in general. He was there cooking for people, he was giving classes, he was doing everything. An old man, 70 years old man. Why? With a desire to help the humanity. He started very small, such small effort. But because he had faith in the words of his guru, he had faith in the words of God, he had the conviction that Bhagavad Gita can transform people. In few years of time, there were hundreds of temples. There were hundreds of people transforming their lives from sinful to a sinless. That's a positive avalanche. So, therefore, when we are reading about the characters of Mahabharata, we should understand that if we deviate from the actual thought process even a little, we may land up in completely different consciousness. Therefore, what we hear, from whom we hear, this is very, very important. So, the purpose of all our discussions is to know the truth about Krishna, the truth which is there in the scriptures. Another very interesting thing which is mentioned in Mahabharata, it comes in Udyog Parva. So Krishna himself, he describes the tree of religion. He says, Yudhishthira dharma mayo mahadruma skandha arjuna bhimsenosya shakha madri putro pushpaphale samriddhe moolam twaham brahmacha brahmanascha. So Krishna is telling there is a tree of religion. And what is that tree? Yudhishthir is a dharma maya mahadruma. A huge tree of religion is Yudhishthir. What is the trunk of this tree? Arjuna is the skandha. Skandho Arjuna. This tree has two very strong branches. That is Bhima. Bhima Senosya Shakha. And then there are so many flowers and the fruits which are there on this tree of religion. That is the two sons of Madri, Nakul and Sahadev. What is the root of this tree? Krishna is saying, I am the root of this tree. Brahmanas are the root of this tree. Saintly people are the root of this tree. Then he says, there is a tree of irreligion also. What is the tree of irreligion? Suyodhana manyumayo mahadruma skandha karna shakunistasya shakha dushashana puspa phale samriddhe moolam raja dhritarashtra amanishi. Very important, he says, Krishna is saying very respectfully, he is calling Duryodhana as Suyodhana. He's saying Duryodhana is the tree of anger, tree of irreligion. Now, very important. What is the trunk of this tree of irreligion? Karna. Karna is the trunk of this tree of irreligion. Shakunistasya shakha. Shakuni is the major, this prime branch of this tree. And Dushashan and all the other Kauravas, they are the flowers and the fruit of this tree. What is the root of this tree? Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra had the mentality of enjoyment. He could not accept the instructions of Vidur. He could not accept the instructions of Akrura. He could not accept the instructions of Krishna. He was so very obsessed to enjoy in an irreligious way. That is what Mahabharata directly is saying. Karna is a trunk of irreligion, then how can somebody tell, oh, Karna is such a pious, good person? You know? Now, after discussing all this about the current life of Karna, we should not see life just from this point of view. That's why many people, they give up their faith in God. We should see life from the point of view of the past life also. Because many people, they forget to see God, they forget to see their past life, they cannot understand why bad things are happening in their life. There is a law of karma applicable for everybody. Whatever happened with Karna, there is a background for it. Whatever goes in, goes out also. If you do something wrong, you will get something wrong. You'll get the response accordingly. you know so therefore, whenever we are looking at something in our life, if we are not able to understand something, why this is happening to me, we should be for sure aware that there is something I must have done. Otherwise, things cannot happen in haphazard way because there is a law in every part of this world. So therefore, we have seen the life of Karna, how he firstly supported Duryodhana, then he helped Duryodhana to arrange the Pandavas to be burnt in a Lakshagraha. He gave idea of disrobing Draupadi. He called her a prostitute, and then he killed Abhimanyu on his back. He attacked him. So many things he did. Who was Karna in his past life? It is described in the Sthala Purana of Badrinath. There was a demon called Dambhodava. Dambhodav, he wanted to become a very, very powerful and immortal person. He worshipped sun god. And because devatas, if you worship them, they have to give you. Suryadev appeared in front of Dambhodav and he said, "Oh Dambhodav, I'm very pleased by your tapasya. Please ask whatever you want." Dambhodav, he said, "I want to become immortal." Suryadev said, "Even I am not immortal, how can you become immortal? How can I make you immortal? Ask something else." So this Damboda, he said, "Okay, give me 1,000 armors." And he said, "Nobody should be able to destroy even one of the armors. And if somebody can, they should be able to destroy only after doing 1,000 years of tapasya." Suryadev said, "Okay, so be it. Tathastu." And then after that, Damboda asked one more thing. After destroying one of my armors, that person should die. So Supreme Law, the Suryadev, he gave that benediction also, and then he departed. You know. So people, when they get something, if they don't have good intentions, they use it for wrong things. And that's what this Dambhodav started doing. He started, creating such havoc in the society, started chastising and torturing brahmanas, sinless people. Everybody was in complete distress. All the sages, they went to Lord Vishnu and they told him the entire situation. Lord said, "I know all this, you don't worry." All the devtas, all the sages, they were praying very intensely to Lord, "Please save us." That's what we have to do. As it is said, life is fragile, handle with prayer. You know, when many times people, they pray to God when they are in danger, but that should not be the case. Prayers are not the stepney wheel to be used in emergency. Prayers, they are the steering wheel which help us drive through our life. Therefore, whenever we are in danger, we should pray for help. That's what these sages, they are doing. So they went to Lord. Lord said, "Don't worry, I know this demon. I will appear in a very short time as Nar Narayan Rishi, and I will kill this. I will do the needful." You know. So the sages and everybody, they went back, and Nar Narayan Rishi, they were born from uh, Dhara and Murti. Immediately they went to Badrinath and they challenged this demon for a fight. A huge battle started between Nar Narayan Rishi and this demon Sahasra Kavacha. Now he was called as Sahasra Kavacha. You know. So this Nar Narayan Rishi, they made a deal. So they said, Narayan said, "I will do tapasya for one day in Badrinath. You go, Nara, you go and fight with this Sahasra Kavacha." And the very wonderful thing about Badrinath is just one day of tapasya in Badrinath, you can get the power of doing tapasya for 1,000 days, 1,000 years. Nara, he went, he attacked Dambhoda Sahasra Kavacha, he killed one of the armors, although he was supremely powerful, but just to honor the uh, this benediction of Brahma, he died. Narayana, because of doing tapasya, he got a power to revive a person back. He revived Nara. He went and started fighting. Nara, he started doing tapasya. That's how Nar and Narayan Rishi destroyed 999 kavachas of this demon. One was remaining. Nara, he said, "Oh my lord, I'll do this last thing. I will destroy this last kavach and I'll kill this demon also." Narayan said, "Don't worry, leave him. In the next life, we are going to come again, we'll do the needful." This Sasra Kavacha, who was having only one Kavacha now, he went running to Sun God to save his life. Sun God, because he thought that, oh, this person has come in my shelter, he gave him protection. When Kunti, she called for Sun God, because Surya Dev, he was thinking, what should I do with this person? He gave that Sun God, he gave that this Sahasra Kavacha as a son to Kunti. Because this demon, he got little association of Surya Dev, he got little association of Kunti. He developed very wonderful, noble qualities of charity, loyalty. You know, that is the history of Karna. Therefore, you know, whenever we hear something which is not fitting in our intelligence, take shelter of scriptures. Ask some person who is knowledgeable, who is practicing spiritual life, following the principles. Because Krishna, Arjuna himself says, sorry, Sanjay himself says in Bhagavad Gita, the last verse of Bhagavad Gita, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama. So Sanjay is saying, wherever there is Krishna, the supreme mystic, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also be certainly extraordinary power, opulence, morality, and victory. That is my opinion. So, therefore, you know, whatever Krishna does, he does to maintain the principles of religion, he does to protect the moral values. And that's what we have to learn from the life of Karna. Karna, he was not a hero, he was not a zero. He was a person who was having some noble qualities, and he got affected by the association of Duryodhana also. He got affected by the association of Surya Deva also. And that's how he did so many things. So that's what we learn from the character of Karna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So if any of you have any questions, you can please ask.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. This was really enlightening session for all of us, who had this misconception about Karna being a very righteous, and we continuously make him a victim in Mahabharata and glorify him in all possible ways. But another thing which you brought about in a very beautiful manner was that like he and Dhritarashtra knew everything about Krishna. Everything was so clear to them that he is, and what is right and what is wrong, that Duryodhana is wrong and Krishna is right, this is adharma, this is dharma. Knowing everything, still following on the path of dharma became difficult. And this is a story for quite a few of us, that we know what is right and what is wrong, but we make excuses and maybe make ourselves the victims not to fight, to walk on the path of dharma. So is there ban which we can use for that, like some kind of a method, a easy way out?
Okay. So yeah, very very appropriate question, because many times we are also there in this, dharma sankat, so to say. We know this is good, this is wrong, And actually, dharma sankat, this is not a dharma sankat. Dharma sankat means to decide between two good things. Many times we are caught up between doing a good thing or a bad thing because of our conditionings. As it is said, there is a good dog and the bad dog in everyone's mind. So, how to make right decisions in life? Very simple, as His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj he says, the more you feed a certain dog, that dog will become powerful. If you take shelter of the moral principles regularly, if you associate with people who are following the principles of religion, who are reading scriptures, the saintly personalities, the devotees who are doing it in their lives, then just by being with them, as it is said, you become what you associate with. We also get the strength. We also develop the power of discrimination. So therefore, this is not going to happen automatically, because especially in today's age where negativity is so very strong, the whole world is going on the other direction and we are trying to, flow and swim upstream. So therefore, we have to have a very strong hold on onto somebody or something who is himself very powerful, who is himself following the principles of religion. And therefore, this Bhagavad Gita, this is the book which is the prime scriptures. As it is said, it is the essence of all the scriptures. Sarva Upanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandana. It is the essence of all the scriptures. So when we read Bhagavad Gita, try to apply the principles and be with devotees, be with people who are doing it. Then slowly over a period of time, we will also get the determination, the strength to choose the right thing. Otherwise, that is called Hridaya Daurbalyam. Hridaya Daurbalyam means the weakness of the heart. We know this is right, but still we cannot choose it. This happens because for so many of the, for such a long duration of time, we have not done the right thing, or we may have done it in a superficial way, you know. So therefore, now it is the time to choose the right thing and do it with all our hearts. As Jesus says, either be hot or a cool, if you are warm, I spit at you. So take these instructions of Bhagavad Gita very seriously. Don't just be okay, good weather, as they say, good weather followers. When things are good, I will follow spirituality. No, spirituality is not to be followed when things are going good. It is for our life. It is to transform our life and it is to help others. So therefore, the more we are with people who are really strong, we will also develop that determination. And of course, we have to make our discrimination power strong by regular reading of the scriptures. If we read Bhagavad Gita regularly, under the guidance of a bona fide person, our intelligence will become sharp. Otherwise, it is said, just like if any of you have been to a village in a rainy season, generally, there are two small fields of land and there is a small way to walk. Usko pagdandi bolte hain Hindi mein. So when there is no rain, the path is visible. But when the rainy season comes, the path gets covered by the weeds and the grasses. Similarly, if we are not reading scriptures, the path of righteousness in our mind will be covered by the weeds of doubt, weeds of ignorance and illusion and faithlessness. So therefore, it is very, very important to be in touch with scriptures regularly. As Bhagavatam says, Marga babhuva sandigdha trinais channa hya samskrita na abhyasyamana shrutayo dujay kalena chahata. Marga becomes sandigdha, covered, if it is not walked on regularly. So therefore, a spiritualist should regularly read scriptures, regularly be with the spiritual minded people, the devotees. Then we will develop the strength to choose the right thing. Okay, so that's what I can say about.
That was beautifully explained. So basically, make it our habit to follow the path of
Yes.
dharma, so that even when we are going through difficult period, it comes very naturally to us that we follow the path of dharma. And of course, association you spoke about, and you only mentioned that how Karna had association of sun god and Kunti Maharani for a very little time, and in that only that demon Sahastra Sastra Kavach, he was able to develop the qualities, of course, the material qualities, but still could not surrender completely to the Supreme Lord Himself. So we are really grateful to you for this session, Prabhuji. Is there anybody else who has any comment or question? Then Prabhuji would like to answer. I think everybody is very okay. Sure, there's yes, please, Nisha.
Prabhuji, pranam at your revered feet.
Hare Krishna, pranams.
I don't know if this question is very appropriate, but it's something that's been in my mind for some time. When a lot of these demonic people start doing tapasya and the gods come to them to grant a boon, would you not say that there is a metamorphosis from the coarse to the sublime? So when we are born with characteristics that perhaps draw us to the material, and then we start becoming um, drawn to spirituality, does it not triumph and quash the baser nature that a human being is born with in order to triumph and make? Does that not give you the props and the crutch to triumph over the bad or the coarse nature of human beings and make the right decisions? And if Karna, who was also the Sahastra Kavach, did so much tapasya, would that not have come to some aid when he was being lured to the wrong decisions? And in his next birth, one assumes that Purushottam gave him Parshuram, the sage. Was that Purushottam or I'm sorry, I've forgotten his name. But that guru who gave him all the teaching, why did that not give him, after being such a loyal, devotee of that guru, why did he not have the strength and the power after the tapasya and the learning? Why would that not give him the power to triumph over his baser nature?
Okay,
We are trying to study the Bhagavad Gita currently, and we are all on this path. Would that not give us some amount of strength to triumph over the ills of the current Kali Yuga?
very wonderful question. So very rightly said. So I'll just tell about Karna. That Karna, when he worshipped sun god, and when he went to Parshurama, he had ulterior motives. He did not go to sun god to become righteous. Karna did not go to Parshuram to develop good qualities. Dambhoda or this demon, he went to sun god to become immortal, to develop strength and power to destroy people. That was his intention. When Karna he went to Parshuram, his intention was not to become very innocent religious personality. The beginning was based on the irreligion. He spoke lie. So Karna he went to Parshuram to get power to become more famous and victorious, more strength, more powerful than Arjuna. So therefore the intentions are very, very important. Just because if somebody is approaching a guru will not purify him if he has wrong intentions, you know. So the intentions are very, very important. So what we are doing here, All of us have come from a very, from a bad background. Many of us may have. I can tell about myself, I was not a devotee from the beginning of my life. I was, doing so many things which was not good. But just because I came in touch with devotees, I made a decision. I want to do the right thing in my life. So unless we take the right decision that I want to correct myself, I want to purify myself of all these base qualities, I want to develop good righteous quality, Krishna is not going to help. One of the very wonderful quality of Krishna is Krishna never interferes in the free will of a living entity. Krishna wants everybody of us to voluntarily come and take shelter of the scripture, take shelter of Bhagavad Gita. Because it is like, because Krishna wants everybody to love him. That is the greatest welfare for everybody. Just like a small child, if he is with his father, he will be the most happiest person. Similarly, if a child is with his if a person is with the God, following the principles of Bhagavad Gita, he'll be happy. But Krishna does not like to force this message on us. If you read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita is not a book of commandments. Bhagavad Gita is a book of choices. Krishna gives the two paths in Bhagavad Gita. He just tells you what is what, and then gives you the choice to choose whatever we want. Krishna in the third chapter he says, and it also tells what will be the destination, right? If you do this, you will go to this destination. If you do this, you will attain this end. In the third chapter, 39, third chapter, 39th and 40th verses, Krishna speaks the destination of a faithful person and a destination of a faithless person. Agyascha ashraddadhanascha samshayatma vinashyati. The person who has doubt, who is ignorant, and who is faithless, he gets destroyed. What is the destination of a faithful personality? Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. The person who has faith, he develops knowledge. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. So therefore, after describing the whole principle of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling to Arjuna, "O Arjuna, I have given you all the instruction. Now you choose what do you want to do." So therefore, Krishna never forces his decisions on anybody. He just tells us, okay, these are the two paths which are available. If you choose to do this, you will get this. And if you want to follow the right thing, you will come to the right end. So therefore, the responsibility lies on us. And the fact that we have sincerely started reading Bhagavad Gita, started following the principles in our life, for sure Krishna is going to help us. For sure will transcend our base qualities. There is no doubt about it. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, my devotee never perishes. क्षिप्रम भवति धर्मात्मा शश्वत शांतिम निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानीहि न मे भक्त प्रणश्यति. Ninth chapter, 30th verse, Krishna is saying this. Very soon my devotee becomes a righteous person. Even if he may have some base qualities, Shipram means very quickly. Shipram bhavati dharmatma. He becomes a supreme religious person. And everybody in this world, they want peace, right? Nobody wants to become frustrated, disturbed. Krishna says, Shashwat Shanti. Shashwat Shanti means eternal peace. Kaunteya Pratijanihi. Krishna is telling to Arjuna, "Oh Arjuna, declare it boldly, my devotee will never perish." So rest assured that if we have taken a decision, sincerely trying to read Bhagavad Gita, trying to overcome our base qualities, Lord is there to help us. For sure we'll become righteous in due course of time. And those who are doing it, they can vouch for it. There are many devotees here who have who are practicing this since so many years. They can tell about their lives. I can personally tell about myself, how I have become changed, transformed. So it will happen for sure. Three things are required: enthusiasm, determination, and patience. If you have these three things, having full faith in God, full faith in Bhagavad Gita, for sure you will see transformation happening in your lives in due course of time. And it will happen very quickly. Shipram means very quickly. You will see very quickly the transformation happening. Okay, so I think these are my thoughts on this.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Pranam at your revered feet. Thank you for the guidance.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for coming on our platform, and we hope to host you soon.
Thank you for giving me a chance to speak something from Mahabharata. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Have a